Okay, guys, we are live. So let's begin. So hey everyone, I'm Harshal Jain, your mentor at Geeks4Geeks. And guys, in this video, we are going to build a simple AI project. And we are going to build a coding tool which would give us suggestions. Basically, it would be like a code explainer. Okay, so it's like you provide a piece of code or you provide your huge file, code file. It would give you explanation what actually happened in the code. Okay, so for that, we're going to use the Gemini API. Okay, which would actually give us responses, different responses, and you can implement Gemini API pretty much anywhere. I have used it in my previous projects, so we're gonna use this one for this project. Okay, so basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the free APIs. Okay, Gemini API is free. Free APIs of Gemini into our project. Okay, we're gonna provide the code to it, then it would give us the complete response as explanation of the code. Okay, this is the simple step which we're gonna follow. So guys, let's simply draw it. Okay. So yeah, here what I wanted to say is you can just say that our platform is coding or code explainer. That would be better. I'm just gonna name it as code explainer. So it's self-explanatory, the name. Okay, code explainer. So here guys, what we are going to simply do is we are simply going to provide this code explainer some of our code, any code. Okay, okay, any programming based code. Okay, and it is basically going to give us response. Okay, it is going to give us response. What response? The explanation. EXPLANA. Okay, so yeah, this is it. This is the pretty much the task for today, what we are going to do today. Okay, so now guys, I think now we can start. Okay, so first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to create a simple VS Code folder. Okay, we're just going to open this. Now, here guys, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to create a fresh Next.js application or React.js application, whatever it is you can make. Okay, so I'm just going to make a Next.js application because, yeah, nowadays it's trending. So we're going to use it. So npx create next app at the rate latest. Okay. So guys, it's asking for the latest version. Yes, we are gonna use the latest version. Let's just name the project as code gen. Okay, and yeah, we'll just add TypeScript. Although we are not going to use that much TypeScript, but still, and we're gonna use ESLint, no tailwind, the default SRC, default router, and then I don't want to import anything else. Okay, so you can see that guys, it's trying to create a fresh Next.js application. It's basically a empty Next.js application. So we're going to write our code here. Okay. Okay, I think now some people have joined. So basically, guys, what we are going to build is we are going to build a code generator application. Okay, so for the front end, we're using Next.js, but you can use React.js also or plain HTML also. That's also fine. Okay, whatever you are comfortable at. I'm just using Next.js because yeah, right now I'm just working on it. So yeah, it's habitual. Okay, so definitely it's gonna take a few more minutes to actually set up and complete. And yeah, it's here. Okay. Archbase, hi Archbase. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first of all create a Git repository also so that in future at the end of this video you get the source code also. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna bring up a Git repository. Guys, just wait for a minute. Code gen gfg. Okay, and yes. Okay guys, so whenever we end this video, I'll upload the final source code. So to get the final source code, what you need to do is just go to the repositories of my GitHub profile. Here you would find code gen GFG. Okay, if you don't find this, you can just search the name here. You would find this repository. Okay, that's it. So yeah, what you need to do is just go to my GitHub profile, github.com/viraj014, and in the repositories you would find code gen GFG. Okay, so here I'll be uploading the source code. Right now you can just give your complete focus on understanding the code. Okay, later on you can just copy the code or write the code from my GitHub repository. Okay, fine. So now guys, here what we're going to do is we're going to create a basic UI. Okay, so I'm just going to open this in live integrated terminal. Okay, and here guys, I'm just gonna type the command npm start. I'm sorry, it's npm run dev. Okay, yeah, so it has started the Next.js application for us. And guys, I'm just gonna simply open this Next.js application here. That's it. So you can see that, yeah, it has started and looks like this. So I'm just gonna make this empty first. So I'll just go to app.page.tsx. Okay, and guys, here you can see we have this basic empty page. I'm just gonna remove this part. Okay, and here guys, for now I'm just gonna create a simple division. Okay, simple division, and here I'm just gonna say my project. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you can see that it works, but yeah, it's taking default CSS, so we are politely gonna remove those things. Okay, and also default there would be no margin, so M0. Okay, and there would be no padding, so P0. So guys, here you would see that, yeah, this is the empty page, right? This is the empty page. Now here what we are going to plan is, for the UI part we are going to keep things simple. Okay, so as the code explainer is, so what we're gonna build is we are gonna create two sections. This would be the left section. Okay, and guys, this would be the right section. Okay, this would be the right section. So here guys, we're gonna provide our code and we're gonna submit, and in the right section we're gonna get the explanation. Okay, pretty much it is. Okay, so we're gonna do that here. So for that, what we're gonna do is we are just gonna say that in page.tsx we are going to come back, and here you can see, okay, here we are just going to import use client because we're gonna use different hooks and different kind of things. Okay, fine. So now guys, I'm just gonna say that, let's say we are having const code. Okay, set code. Okay, equals use state. Okay, so initially your code would be empty, there would be no code provided, right? So what we're going to do is, in our application we're going to provide the code. So we're just going to say that we have a division, let's call it main. Okay, and then guys, inside this we're going to call this container like this. Okay, and let's just close this. Okay, and then guys, we are gonna have a button. Okay, we're gonna have a button, so I'm just gonna give this button class, and let's close it. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that explain. Okay, explain. Okay, right? So yeah, explain button, and this button would simply be calling some kind of function. Let me just call this function is as const explain this code. Okay, and let's close it. Fine, easy. Now here guys, whenever I click on this button, I'm just gonna call this function explain this code. So on click explain this code, easy, right? So now guys, here in this code, basically what we're going to do is we are going to first of all say let's generate a training prompt. Okay, let's create a training prompt. Okay, so how we are creating the training prompt, like how we do this, how are we deciding we are creating a training prompt? Yeah, it's very easy. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna search for Gemini. Okay, just go to Gemini, right? You can see that now I'll just simply give it first prompt. Now I you want you to act as a code explainer if I ask anything related, if I give you, okay, if I give you a piece of code, then you have to explain me. Okay, this is kind of a training prompt which we are giving. Explain me that code in a response, in a single response. Okay, in a single response, and just give me the explanation. Don't give anything else. Okay, don't give anything else. Okay, so I've just given a simple prompt. You can see that now the bot simply understood. Fine. Now guys, what we're gonna do is we are just gonna provide it a piece of code. Okay, so I'm just gonna go to Google and I'm just gonna say sample HTML code. Okay, simple code. And what we're gonna do is we are gonna simply go to our own example. Okay, Geeks for Geeks example, and here guys, structure example, and suppose this I want explanation of this code. Okay, so I'm just gonna provide this code, and if I provide this code, you can see that the bot is trying to explain this. So you can see that bot simply explained this is a basic HTML code that creates a web page with a heading welcome to GFG, a block of performated text. Okay, like this. Okay, now I'm going to do one more thing. Who is PM of India? Suppose I am asking unnecessary question. Okay, right now it's not able to answer it for the politics. What is capital of MP? Okay, something like this. Okay, I live in Madhya Pradesh. So right now you can see I have asked unnecessary question and it's giving me answer. From next time, keep in mind that you don't have to answer non-coding related questions like what is capital of MP. Okay, so now you can see that this is it. Now let's try with some more examples. So I'm just gonna say what's capital of I think this might work, but this might not work also, but I'm just testing. Okay, capital of UP. So I have asked the different question. You can see, okay, it's still giving me. Okay, anyways, it needs more precise training prompts. Maybe I'm not able to give it more precise training prompts. So yeah, it would be done in the training prompt error itself. So you can see it's kind of a chat. Okay, it's kind of a chat with which I did. This is a previous chat, pre-existing chat. Main focus is basically on this one. So we're gonna give this kind of prompt. Okay, we're gonna give this kind of prompt. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that this would be the training prompt, and here I'm just gonna say PARTS. Okay, we're just gonna give it as parts. Okay, in parts, what we're gonna do is yes, parts. Okay, and inside this is the default format of Gemini actually. That's why I'm giving it like this. You can just search on documentation, or you can just follow my steps as it is. Okay, so I'm just giving it kind of, you can see that kind of I am just giving it prompt. Okay, but we need to give it like this so that it understands. Okay, so I provided it the font, that's it. Okay, I provided it the I provided the training prompt, and I have to define the role also. So I'm just gonna say that role is suppose user. Okay, role is suppose user. Now you can write a better prompt also. Now you can see after writing this, the model actually understood this. Okay, so model would just say okay or understood, whatever it is. So whatever response you want to get from model, you're just gonna get it like this. Whatever you whatever request you're gonna send from user, whatever prompt you're gonna send from user, you're gonna write it like this. So the role is user and the role is model. Perfect. Okay, That's it, guys. Now, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna call this training prompt into our function, okay, into this function. So first of all, guys, we need the URL of Gemini. So again, guys, to get the URL, what you can do is you can just go to Gemini API, just search for this, okay, build with Gemini API. You can just see that this is the website, okay, just go to API key, okay. So just to get the API key, you're gonna go to this page, okay. Sir, you are looking very confident and looking cute. Thanks for the compliment, man. Uh, okay, let's continue. So basically you can see that this is the website of Gemini, and here we are going to simply click on create API key. Okay, create API key, and here, guys, we're gonna create API key for our existing project. So you can see any of the projects would be visible here. Okay, if you don't have any project, it would create a project for you, and so on. Okay, once you create the API keys, it would be visible. You can just copy that, or after that you would see the API key here. So I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll just copy this, that's it. Okay, so I've copied my API key, and I'll just delete this later. Okay, I'll just delete this later. I haven't deleted my old keys, but yeah, I have to delete this later, because if I send it to you, you can easily use it. Okay, and it's obviously exposed, so I have to delete it later. Okay, so I'll just delete it after ending this session. Okay, so you can see that, guys, basically I have the API key. Perfect. Okay, I have the API key. So I'm just gonna hide the API key in my env file so that it's safe. Okay, so here, guys, we're gonna create the env file .env.local, right, .env.local, and here, guys, we are going to say let's create a variable which would be storing this value. Okay, so I'm just gonna call my variable as next public Gemini API. Okay, this would be my variable. Fine, that's it. Okay, so this variable is gonna store my API key, and we're gonna call this variable anywhere. Okay, okay, yeah, I did one mistake. It's actually en, and v is missing. Yeah, env local, right? Now you can see that it's proper. Okay, so now you can see that what we need to do is we are simply going to import our API key somewhere at the top, wherever you like. Okay, I have imported the API key here, and now, guys, I'm just gonna create a single line of URL. Okay, like this URL. Okay, this URL. Now, how did I get this URL? So it's very easy. You're just gonna go to documentation, and here, guys, you just need to click on get started, or maybe somewhere else. So you can see kind of you are gonna get the URL somewhere here or anywhere you like. Okay, so it's kind of similar to R1 also. Okay, the URL might change in future, but yeah, at the end you have to provide it like this: HTTPS, the URL, and the key, and the API key. Don't worry, you'll get the source code, so you'd get the exact URL. If I go to text generation, and here, guys, if I just scroll down, maybe I would find it. Hmm. Okay, just go to quick start. I actually forgot it previously. Just go to quick start and just go to web part. And here, guys, you can just come here, and you would find different cases. Okay, you would find the web case, you would find the Node.js case. I think in the web case they might have provided the URL or somewhere, but I think they have changed the method now, the default method which we usually get. I think maybe. Okay, I think it's maybe it's not available in the documentation here right now. They have changed the documentation or something. What you can do is whatever code I am gonna provide you, from there you can get this URL. Okay, from there you can get this URL. Okay, in documentation also this URL might be somewhere, so you can just check out that later. So basically you can see that we have created a simple URL. Okay, now I'm just gonna say that this would be a simple message to send. Okay, whatever message you're gonna send. Okay, whatever is the first of all training prompt, you're gonna provide the training prompt. Okay, then after this what you're gonna do is you're gonna provide your code. Okay, very easy. Okay, first of all, the previous chat, hidden chat would be there. Then you're gonna just provide your code right away. Then it's gonna simply, okay, I'm just gonna say that it's having a hook. Let's call this hook as set is sending as true or something like that, so that it's going to show us a loading animation. So I'm just gonna call this hook as set is sending. Okay, is sending, and I'm just gonna make it false. Initially it's false, but whenever I'm trying to send a message, it must show a loading animation. So for that, I'm just gonna make it set is sending as true. Okay, set is sending as true here. Perfect. Now guys, you can see set is sending is true, and what we're gonna do is we are just gonna say let res equals await. Okay, await, and I'm just gonna fetch what? Fetch the URL, and inside the URL, along with the URL, I'm gonna provide a few things. What things? I'm gonna provide the method as post. Okay, why it's showing me error? Because this is not a async method. Just make it async. Now you can see that it's not showing me the error. And the body, you are gonna provide the content, and inside the content, you are gonna provide the message to send array. Okay, that's it. So now we have made a request. Whatever is the response would come in JSON format, convert that to normal JSON format. Okay, it would be in string format actually, so convert it to JSON format, and then I'm just gonna make send in sending as false. That means loading animation would stop. Okay, now from the response, I'm just gonna print the response for now. So console dot log res JSON. Okay, later on we're gonna focus on this one. So this would be the part which I'm gonna provide. Okay, so first of all, we are gonna complete the remaining area. Okay, so it would be like here you're gonna create in the container part, you're gonna do some stuff. So you're gonna create a text area. Okay, you're gonna create a text area. Let's close this. Okay, let's close this. Now you have this. Okay, now you have this text area. In this text area, you're gonna say that suppose the styles is style equals styles. Okay, I'm sorry, class name equals styles dot input. Okay, I'm just gonna provide some class name as input. Okay, this is my class name. And what else I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna give a placeholder here. Placeholder as what? Write your code here. Okay, that's it. And what else you're gonna provide? You are gonna say that the value would be what? The code hook which we created. Okay, basically it's going to store a sentence or a string for us of code. Okay, then whenever I make a change on change, okay, on change, I'm just gonna say e, and then guys, I am just going to say set code e dot target dot value. Okay, that's it. So now guys, let's see our UI. So we're gonna go here, and you can see that we created a simple UI. Okay, I'm just gonna write something here. Okay, I'm just gonna provide some piece of code here. Actually, I'll just copy this whole code, and I'm gonna paste this code here. Okay, so you can see that, yeah, I have pasted the code here. Maybe now it's more visible. Okay, we'll adjust the styles later. And if I click on explain, let's see if it works or not. So we are just gonna go to our console, and here guys, you can see that, yeah, basically we got a response from Gemini, right? You got this response. Let's go to candidates, the 0th candidate, the content, the parts, the 0th part, and here you can see that you got this code. Okay, so basically guys, what we're gonna do is we are just going to print the specific part of this JSON response. Okay, so I'm just gonna say let response message is what? Let response message is basically the specific part which we were looking. I'm gonna say res message, response message. Okay, so let's try again. Now this time again, I'm gonna provide it some code. Okay, send this code, explain, and you can see that it's giving me some kind of response. And basically, yeah, it's giving me response according to this code. Okay, so this is it, and now you can just add provide it different code also. So I'll just click on this copy. Okay, and let's you can write a more better prompt also to get a proper response so that it works properly. Okay, so you can see this HTML code displays the text on website including normal, so it's giving me kind of explanation of the code. Okay, so now guys, once you get the explanation, what we're gonna do is we're gonna say that const explanation set explanation. Okay, you got the explanation. It's gonna say use state, and here guys I'm just gonna say that initially the explanation is empty. Okay, then after this guys we're just gonna provide that response message to our explanation hook. So set explanation response message to our hook. Okay, we have provided it. Okay, once you have this, so here guys you're just gonna say that along with this you're just gonna say explanation dot length is greater than 0. In that case what you are going to show, you're going to show a p tag. Okay, and I want this p tag to be of fixed size. Okay, to be a fixed size. We're going to later on define this. Okay, in the CSS part, and in the styles part we are gonna provide explanation text. Okay, that's it. Now in the else case what you can do is you can just say not fixed and prompt is empty. Okay, so I've given this class as not fixed. Okay, basically what we're going to do is we're going to simply show prompt is empty initially, but when you have some kind of code here, okay, suppose you have this code here, and now if I click on explain, so you can see that now you got the response. Okay, so you have this. Now one more thing guys, you want to show a loading animation, so either you can just say that if loading is true I can show a loading animation, or here itself you're gonna say, you're simply going to say set is sending if it's true. If it's false, okay, if it's true just gonna say sending. Okay, and do nothing if, okay, if it's sending. Okay, sending, okay, I'm sorry, is sending is true. That's it. If it's sending, then just gonna show this sending button, else just gonna show this explain button. Okay, so if I click on explain, you can see that now I got sending. Okay, let's wait for a few seconds. Now you got this code, and again you are getting this. Okay, so now this is it. Now let's go to the page.module.css. Actually, let's go to first of all the global CSS, and here we add one more style, border box sizing as border box, so that there is no extra margin or width taken. Okay, sir, please listen to me, it takes only 2 seconds. Okay, you can ask your doubt, whatever doubt you have, please ask that in the live chat directly. Okay, I'll be answering your doubts. So after this part you are gonna go to this page.module.css, right? And here guys I'm just gonna say my main would be having display flex, everything would be in center, it's gonna take minimum height of 100% height, and then width 100%, and flex direction is column. So you can see now it looks like this. Inside that we are gonna have the container. Okay, so inside the container class I'm gonna say that width is 100% display flex, that means items would be in row. Okay, height would be 90 vh, and some gap would be there, some padding would be there. So you can see now it looks like this. Okay, I'll just refresh this one, so you can see now it looks like this. Okay, perfect. Now if I talk about the fixed part, I'm just gonna say that it's having color black, background color as this, some border. Okay, you can just change the border to light gray or whatever you like. Okay, light gray would be better, and then border radius, width, and height. Okay, so you can just say that. Okay, initially the prompt is empty, so fixed is not working, so we have to style the not fixed also. Okay, so let's target the not fixed part also. So not fixed part is almost same, it's like, yeah, you're showing something else. Okay, so maybe again you can give some kind of color like this. So you can see that not fixed is looking like this. Okay, there is no prompt right now. Okay, now you can see that it's not taking even space. So what you can actually do is you can just say that input would also be taking maximum space available, so it's gonna take 50-50. Okay, it's gonna take 50-50. So now after this, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna able to see something like this. Okay, so you can see here we're gonna provide our code. So we're just gonna say let's copy this and let's paste it here. Okay, and I'm going to click on explain. You can see right now it's explaining, it's sending, and then you can see that, yeah, now you can see that it's giving me explanation. Easy. And at the end, guys, we have a button. So I'm just gonna say that let's create this button, let's give this color, let's give this color, and let's give this style. So you can see that, yeah, this is the explain button. Okay, fine. So you can see finally the code is completed. What you can actually do is you can just say that the minimum width, you can assign this minimum width to make it more responsive. Later on you can add responsiveness also. Okay, so that's it, guys. Now if I write anything here, if I provide any code here, suppose if I provide some blockchain sample code, something like this. Okay, some blockchain sample code, and I'll just go to this website. Okay, credits to free code camp, or okay, I think it's not available here. Maybe Geeks for Geeks also has this, right? Yeah, Geeks for Geeks has everything. Okay, so if I just copy this, can see kind of this is the blockchain code. So let me just provide this blockchain code, and I'm going to click on explain. Now you can see that it's sending and it's trying to get the response, and you can see that code implements a blockchain which is tamper-proof digital ledger consisting of blocks. You can just add more details if you want, explain each line in depth. You can add that also into the prompt so that it's gonna explain every line in depth, okay, into this response. Okay, so that would be something else, right? So guys, I hope you enjoyed this session. This was a small session for creating a simple code explainer, and you can use this basically into some other tasks, not just simple UI. You can use it inside plugin, as a plugin in your application. Okay, you can add it to your application, you can make a chatbot also, you can do a lot of things with the help of AI. Okay, this is a sample example which I have given you, a simple tutorial, very easy tutorial for beginners, right? So we have basically created this UI and we are using the API of Gemini, and you can get the API from the place which I have shared you. Now talking about the source code, what you need to do is you just need to go to my GitHub profile. So just type github.com/viraj014. Okay, and guys, in the repositories you would simply find codegen gfg. Okay, if you don't find this repository, just search the name here, you would find this repository. Okay, so inside this I'm gonna upload the source code. Okay, so now guys, I have uploaded the source code. You can just check out my Git repository. It's available here, and here you can see we have src app. Inside this you can see we have page.tsx, which has the complete code available, right? Whatever we have provided. Okay, so you can just check out this one. And right now I have removed the env.local file, I guess. Yes, you can see it's not here, so you have to create the env.local file whenever you download the code. For downloading the code, either you can clone the repository or you can download the zip, right? So that's it, guys. I think, okay. Okay, so that's it, guys. Now I think we can end the session. This project is completed. Very simple and easy project, just for demonstration of how code explainer can be created. Okay, so that's it for today. I will see you in the